We are obsessed with the fresh start, the seductive idea that we can burn down the chaos of our current lives and engineer a perfect brand new future from scratch. We imagine a grand design, a city with no traffic, a government with no corruption, or a version of ourselves that wakes up at 4 a.m. to meditate and never eat sugar. So we sit down and plan. We account for every variable, we draw massive flowcharts, we try to predict every possible interaction in advance. And then we press start. And almost immediately, the system explodes. The software crashes, the new department creates more red tape, and you quit your new gym routine after 3 days. We are left standing in the wreckage, wondering why the universe is so hostile to our perfection. The answer is not that we are bad architects. It is that we are fighting a fundamental law of reality, Gall's law. John Gall, a systems theorist, articulated a rule that seems to govern everything from biology to corporate management. He stated, "A complex system that works is invariably found to have evolved from a simple system that worked." And the ruthless inverse is also true. A complex system designed from scratch never works and cannot be patched up to make it work. You have to start over with a working simple system. To understand why, we have to look at the greatest engineer in history, evolution. Nature is the ultimate master of Gall's law. Nature never designs from scratch. Consider the human eye. It is a marvel of complexity, a lens, a retina, an optic nerve, processing gigabytes of visual data instantly. If you tried to build this all at once, you would fail. Evolution didn't start with an eye. It started with a single simple light-sensitive spot on a cell. It was a stupidly simple system. It did one thing. Is it bright? Yes or no? But here's the key. It worked. It provided a survival advantage. Because this simple system was stable, nature could add a layer. It curved the spot into a cup to detect direction. This is why your body is full of weird design flaws. The laryngeal nerve travels from your brain, loops all the way down around your heart, and goes back up to your throat. A terrible design for an architect, but the only path for an evolving worm. This is where we go wrong. When we design a grand plan, we assume we can skip the millions of years of trial and error. We try to simulate the final product immediately. But in a complex system, the variables interact in infinite, unpredictable ways. If you change everything at once, you cannot know which interaction caused the failure. This is why huge government IT projects fail. This is why rebooting your life on New Year's Day fails. You are introducing 1,000 new variables to an ecosystem that hasn't tested them. So how do we actually build big, beautiful things? How do we change the world or ourselves without crashing? We have to stop being architects and start being gardeners. We must embrace the minimum viable system. If you want to write a novel, do not outline a trilogy. Write a paragraph. Does it make you laugh? Good. That is a working system. If you want to solve a massive social problem, don't write a national policy. Find one neighborhood. Fix one pothole. Feed one person. Create a loop that works. Once the simple system is stable, you can expand it. You can add complexity. But you must verify that the system still works after every single addition. This feels agonizingly slow. Our egos hate it. We want the glory of the moonshot, not the humility of the stepladder. But the moonshot that explodes on the launch pad gets you nowhere. The internet began as 2 computers sending one message. The Roman Empire began as a village on a hill. You began as a single fertilized egg. Gall's law is a permission slip to be small. It is a scientific validation of starting imperfectly. It tells us that prototyping isn't just a business strategy, it is the fundamental physics of success. When we stop fighting complexity and start growing it, the anxiety of the grand plan fades away. We don't have to fix everything today. We just have to make one small thing work. And if we do that, day after day, year after year, we might just wake up one morning and realize we have built the perfect city after all. Not by design, but by evolution.